Come show you how to make Chinese salt pepper pork ribs. I have this piece of the beautiful loin connected to the layer of the ribs. I just trimmed this out, and this can make a lot of beautiful, like a braised baby pork, those kind of thing. And here we have this nice beautiful bone in between. You see there's a soft in between divided, and there's a silver skin. You want to take the skin out, so I usually use a butter knife, or you just use a steak knife, and you just slowly trim. I like to insert into in between the bone, the soft spot. You see, you can easily take the skin out. It's going to take some time. If the skin resistant to your knife, you can just take it out and start from another section like this. See, that's how you do it. Just slowly, make sure, watch your finger. I usually do a little section at a time. And then you can have a nice cut here and scald through here. It's easier for you to pull out the skin. And in the restaurant, sometimes they do like a one piece silver skin out because they do it so many times. So as I say, practice make perfect, but at home, you just want to be careful, right? Safety first. If you see something is not normal and you don't feel good about it, stop. Because this is a knife. You don't want to play with the knife. See, just like that. Just take time. And some people like to leave it with the silver skin, which is okay too. It's up to you. If you do that, you just scald out like this, you know. Because after they cook or fry, and the skin sometimes will just shrink and they will just disappear. See how you do it? Very simple. I don't have to get like everything done. Just about 80-90% skin off will be good. I'm trimming the skin. We're going to cut into a little section. And I like to find the soft spot in between the rib. And you just go along one by one. Oh, this one's right here. Sometimes the bone crooked a little bit. See? As you cut along this side, it's much thicker. Here we go. Next, I put it in a pan. I like to get the meat, the muscle, nicely pat and dry. And make sure every time you work with the meat, you gotta wash your hand, clean everything nicely, put it away. And now we're gonna marinate it, the meat, for an hour. So marination, you can put pretty much anything you have at home. I put 5 spices and a little sake or Shaoxing wine. Make sure. It's a sake, very good. And hoisin sauce. This is a sweet bean paste sauce. Little oyster sauce. Just give them a nice balance of the flavor. I'm not going to put soy sauce, otherwise the meat going to be so dark. And just lightly, just the flavor. And some ground pepper. Sesame oil. Boo, 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 like this. Alright, and then we just give them a quick mix, toss around. Here we go. Look beautiful. Smell good already. And we're gonna let them sit and marinate it for like 1 hour. It's good. You can leave it out. In the room temperature is fine. You don't have to worry about it. Put it in the fridge. As long as you leave for an hour, not like 6-7 hours, okay? Alright. That's it. That we can add some potato starch. Or if you don't have potato starch, just add some cornstarch. Not so much. We just want to have a very lightly coating on the rib. And some people like to blanch the rib or put it in the oven. It's okay too. And some custom they use to braise the rib for a couple hours until very tender, and then they deep fry. That's okay too. It's totally up to you. Be very creative. See? And you don't need the egg binding or anything. We're not literally get them a like big breading on the rib. No, we don't want to do that because the rib still need to take some time to cook. Oh, by the way, the rib not going to be like super soft, you know, like a barbecue rib and the meat fall off. No, it's kind of like a little bit chewy. You can suck on the bone. There we go. Something like this. All right. So basically, you just want to be able to see the rib have a lightly coating, still be able to see through the meat, and then this ready to fry. A nice frying pan. Make sure there's no water in the frying pan. Add some high smoking point cooking oil. I would say about like a 3/4 inch, something like that. So we're not wasting a lot of oil. And let the oil heat up to about 350 Fahrenheit degree temperature. Only like a few minutes. I use a wood chopstick. Once I see the bubble go around the chopstick, I mean ready to go. And I feel that the fire is a little bit strong, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Hopefully you can see the way I turn my fire down a little bit. And then, well, they come with different size of the rib, right? Some of the bigger piece, so I add the bigger piece, something like that, have a bubble in. Every time you fry, you want to have a hot oil, but not over hot too. So I'm going to fry the big one first, because the big one take a little longer, right? Something like that. Looks beautiful, isn't it? Now that's a good temperature. You see the bubble not very aggressive. It's just little boo like this. See, I can put my hand and not even splash it over to my hand because we have no water inside. And just let them fry. Take the time. About a few minutes. If you really worry about your pork rib is not done, use insert a dynamometer. And make sure the temperature is about 140, something like that, 145, and it will carry on to cook. Alright? Now I know the rib is cooking beautifully. And I noticed that the bubble is kind of aggressive, so I just turned the fire down a little bit. A few seconds ago. I just want to let you know, sometimes you just have to adjust the temperature as you go. Feel it. And now, after 3 minutes, I can put the rest of the rib, a little smaller, in and continue cooking. It's very important that you don't want to over batch. You don't want to put too much rib in a small skillet. So we're going to let them cook. Frying oil temperature is good, not overpowering, I can tell, because they're really soft fry. And this has been frying about 5 minutes. So we're going to give them a quick flip. Like this. And the rib contains some fat. So when you're frying something with fat, you're not worried about easy overcook. See, that's beautiful. Oh, come on. This one not listen too well. Put this way. So now I can see after I flip over, the oil got a little bit decreased the temperature, so I'm just going to crank it up a little bit. I aim my camera so you can see the way I control the fire. I'll let them fry for a few more minutes. I checked the meat temperature. I used the biggest one. It's 147. This is good. I'm going to take it out. One by one, I put a paper towel. There we go. And I would not recommend to reuse this oil. The smoking point is not high anymore. Actually, it's not good to use. I will just put this hot oil set on the side as far as you can. Make sure if you have kids, little one, don't let them come close, and let the oil cool off. I have a jar in the garage. I put in all my, you know, those oil into the jar, and I bring it to the restaurant and recycle it. This is what they look like. Beautiful. In a bigger frying pan, I heat up, turn it to medium, something like that. I'm just going to add a little bit of sesame oil. And here I have some mint, ginger, and garlic, and some red pepper. And again, this is perfect temperature, not too hot. We want to kind of like saute, crisp up the pepper and the ginger and garlic for a few minutes until aromatic. Remember I say if the temperature is too hot, turn it down. So this is perfect. And we already did the hard part work. This is easy. This is the smelling good time right here. Huh? Once I can smell the aromatic, I'm going to add my rib in one by one. I'm going to have this one. Sorry. I call it first. Or maybe two. Here we go. And we already have the 5 spice marinated. We get that a little more. Just like that. Temperature is beautiful. White pepper. I like to use the white pepper for this dish. And of course, salt and pepper garlic rib, right? Kosher salt. Like that. Good. Yeah, a little bit sake. Not flambe, make sure. Like that. And then we just give them a quick toss. Ooh, this is big. Like that. Oh yeah. Looking good. We want all this flavor, ginger, garlic, pepper, everything else soak into the rib. See? Just like that. Beautiful. We're going to keep cooking, keep stirring. And we want to see the caramelized, the seared, like little nice color burn. And not over burn, but it's just like caramelized because everything else is dry sauteed. Beautiful flavor. Oh, I can smell. You want the flavor, salt, pepper, garlic, everything else is crunched into the meat. Like that. I think we're almost done. Just gonna give one more toss. You see? I can see the garlic and ginger stuck on with the rib. That's the taste. Okay, it's done. Here we go. Place it like this. Okay. And I'm gonna add some nice crispy. Just a little bit, save some for later. I'm not gonna eat this 3, I'm just gonna try one here. And then we have some fine chopped green onion, just get them a nice color. Here we go. This is my take of the salt, pepper, garlic rib. That's another way of cooking the pork ribs. It's going to be so delicious, succulent, the meat, a lot of flavor. I hope you like the video. I'm Chef Tom. Thank you for watching. I see you next time. Bye.